As the sun rises over the Yangtze River, its golden rays reveal a landscape shaped by centuries of human ingenuity. 600 years ago, this mighty waterway threatened to destroy entire cities. Floods swallowed fields, washed away homes, and tested the limits of human resilience. But instead of concrete and steel, one man turned to something far more unexpected: bamboo, reeds, and stone. And today, 600 years later, his invention still protects millions of people. You're watching Smart Planet, where we uncover the hidden stories of human ingenuity and the natural world. If you're new here, join us on this journey by subscribing and exploring more stories that shape our shared future. The Yangtze River, Asia's longest, has been both a giver of life and a bringer of chaos. For centuries, its seasonal floods threatened to undo everything farmers and towns had built. In the 14th century, China was booming under the Ming dynasty. Trade was flourishing, cities were growing. But with prosperity came risk. One catastrophic flood could erase entire harvests, plunge regions into famine, and cripple the empire's economy. Traditional methods of flood control relied on building higher, thicker dikes. It worked for a while, until the river grew stronger, broke through, and the cycle of destruction began again. Humanity seemed locked in a losing battle with nature. But in 15th century Jiangsu province, an ingenious solution was born, credited to visionary local officials and engineers. Instead of fighting the river head-on, they decided to work with it. They created massive woven cages of bamboo filled with stones anchored to the riverbed. These structures, known as zhulong, literally bamboo dragons, could bend, shift, and absorb the river's force, unlike rigid walls that cracked under pressure. Over time, silt collected between the cages, small islands formed. What began as a defense became a living system, self-reinforcing, flexible, and resilient. This wasn't just engineering, it was ecological foresight, centuries before the term eco-engineering even existed. The bamboo dragons were more than just flood barriers. They represented a fundamental shift in how humans interacted with their environment. Instead of trying to dominate nature, these ancient engineers sought to harness its power, to work in harmony with the river's natural rhythms. As the seasons passed, the effectiveness of the zhulong became clear. Villages that once lived in fear of the river's wrath now thrived along its banks. Farmers could plant their crops with confidence, knowing that their fields were protected by this ingenious blend of nature and human craft. Today, in towns along the Yangtze, descendants of those same communities still live under the protection of these defenses. Generations of workers have maintained the bamboo dragons, replacing old cages, weaving new ones, passing down a craft that blends tradition and survival. For them, it isn't just flood control, it's heritage. Farmers know the river won't destroy their fields. Children grow up playing where ancestors once feared disaster. And each harvest, each safe season, is a reminder of what was achieved centuries ago. The story of the zhulong is not just one of engineering prowess, but of cultural continuity. In an age of rapid technological change, these ancient flood defenses stand as a testament to the enduring power of traditional knowledge. They remind us that sometimes the most effective solutions are those that have stood the test of time. As we walk along the riverbanks today, the bamboo dragons blend seamlessly into the landscape. Reeds and grasses grow between the stone-filled cages, creating a natural barrier that teems with life. Birds nest in the vegetation, fish swim in the calm waters created by the structures. What was once a purely defensive measure has evolved into a thriving ecosystem. This harmony between human needs and natural processes is perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the zhulong system. In an era when we often view progress in terms of conquering nature, these ancient flood defenses offer a different perspective. They show us that true resilience comes not from domination, but from adaptation and cooperation. The wisdom of this approach extends far beyond flood control. In an age when climate change is reshaping coastlines and superstorms devastate cities, This 600-year-old system feels startlingly modern. Engineers today are rediscovering the wisdom of working with nature, not against it. From mangrove forests protecting tropical coasts to wetlands absorbing storm surges, the world is relearning what China pioneered so long ago, that resilience is built on flexibility, not force. The bamboo dragons remind us that the most sustainable technologies are often the most simple, born not of domination, but of harmony. They challenge us to rethink our relationship with the natural world, to see it not as an adversary to be conquered, but as a partner in our survival and prosperity. As we face the environmental challenges of the 21st century, the lessons of the Zhulong become even more relevant. Climate change is altering weather patterns, increasing the frequency and intensity of floods in many parts of the world. In this context, the ancient Chinese flood defense system offers not just inspiration, but practical insights. The flexibility and adaptability of the bamboo dragons could inform new approaches to coastal protection and river management. Their ability to work with natural processes, rather than against them, aligns perfectly with modern concepts of green infrastructure and nature-based solutions. Moreover, the longevity of the Zhulong system challenges our modern notions of obsolescence and constant upgrade. In a world where technology often becomes outdated within years, if not months, here is a solution that has remained effective for 6 centuries. It raises important questions about sustainability, about the value of traditional knowledge, and about our often short-sighted approach to problem-solving. The story of the bamboo dragons is also a reminder of the importance of local knowledge and community involvement in environmental management. The system has endured not just because of its initial design, but because generations of local people have maintained and adapted it. This deep connection between people and their environment offers valuable lessons for modern conservation efforts. As the sun sets over the Yangtze, casting long shadows across the water, we're reminded of the timeless dance between humanity and nature. A river that once threatened to erase civilizations now flows calmly between the guardians built by human hands. 6 centuries of protection without a single dam of concrete. As we face the storms of tomorrow, the lesson is clear. Sometimes the answers to our future lie in the wisdom of the past. This is not just China's story. It's a story of how humanity can endure when we choose to live with the planet, not against it. The bamboo dragons of the Yangtze stand as silent sentinels bridging past and future. They remind us that true innovation often lies not in conquering nature, but in understanding it. As we grapple with the environmental challenges of our time, perhaps we would do well to listen to the whispers of these ancient reeds, carrying the wisdom of centuries on the river's breeze. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like to help more people discover it, and subscribe to Smart Planet for more journeys into the ideas and innovations shaping our world. Until next time, stay curious.